is an SABC News presentation.
Good morning and welcome to our Monday edition of A View from the House, coming to you live from Parliament in Cape Town. My name is Asanda Mbeche. While it's a quiet day at Parliament, MPs are in their respective constituencies where they're expected to be dealing with matters affecting their communities. That gives us time to take care of work done by lawmakers over the past week. In our lineup this morning, the Public Service Commission wants senior public officials barred from doing business with the state. Government promotes the right to self-determination of all the peoples of Africa, including those in the African diaspora, says the Deputy President. We'll also bring you notices of a motion for debate by MPs in the National Assembly. Let's go to our first story. The Public Service Commission says it wants senior managers in government to be barred from doing business with the state. The Director General of the Public Service Commission, Professor Richard Levin, told members of Parliament that some senior managers in the public sector have up to 5 companies doing business with the state. This emerged from research done by the Commission over the 2010-2011 financial year. The Commission says it has observed an increase in corruption and financial mismanagement among senior managers in the public sector.
We have the SMS members with many companies. So SMS members have up to 5-6 companies, some of them. They've got interests of various kinds in this number of companies. These numbers are cause of concern. If we're saying within one department or 2 departments we have 1/5, 20% of officials with a lot of companies or interests in a lot of companies, we don't believe it's tenable. And that's why we are actually proposing that public servants, particularly SMS members and officials in supply chain management, should be prohibited from doing business with government.
Well, the Commission says failure by senior managers to disclose their business interest and possible conflict of interest has created a breeding ground for corruption in the public sector. Professor Levin says a number of departments with senior managers doing business with the state are serial offenders in disclosures.
We are concerned. There are 31 departments that did not submit financial disclosure forms to the PSC by the 31st of May 2011-12. 17 were at national level and 14 were at provincial level. There are serial offenders. Department of Communications, Correctional Services, Military Veterans, Rural Development and Land Reform. We would see those as repeat offenders. At provincial level, the Northwest is the worst performing province. It's a matter of grave concern. The Departments of Human Settlements, Local Government and Traditional Affairs, Public Works, Road and Transport, Sports, Art and Culture and Office of the Premier are repeat offenders in the Northwest province. That is a matter of concern because this is the very basics of compliance. Simply filling a form, submitting it to an executive authority, the executive authority submits it and files it with the Public Service Commission. Basic compliance. We're not looking at what's inside those forms. What's inside those forms is becoming an increased priority for the Public Service Commission. We have gone out of our way during this financial year. We obviously have not finished the results. We are scrutinizing each and every form. What we're showing here is the basis of sampling that we did in the 10-11 financial year. And it shows us why we believe now we must not sample. We must look at each and every form in order, even for ourselves, to comply with the framework, to identify potential and actual conflicts of interest. We are scrutinizing each and every form.
Well, the Commission says another worrying factor is the lack of disciplinary action against senior managers for non-performance, misconduct and corrupt activities.
76%, there was no criminal action taken in the 2010-11 year. It's only in 20% of the cases that criminal action was taken. And yeah, I mean, I think it does indicate that we need to see greater commitment, that where criminal charges are appropriate, criminal charges are implemented.
Government is incurring huge financial losses as a result of long disciplinary procedures and the lack of capacity in conducting disciplinary hearings.
It's only in 26% of cases across the public service that we have compliance with the 60-day rule, if you like, in terms of dealing with suspension. 16%, the average is between 61 and 90 days. But then the majority, 58%, we have people on suspension for longer than 91 days. So in the 10-11 financial year, 77 national and provincial departments reported on cases of precautionary suspensions. Of these departments, only 26% maintained an average of 60 days and below for employees to be on precautionary suspension.
The Commission says there is underreporting on cases of financial misconduct and criminal conduct, which includes fraud.
What's interesting, though, about these numbers where we've got a real trend, we're in a position to do a real trend analysis, is if we look from 2006-07 through to 2010-11, we're busy working on 11-12 now, so we're not presenting the outcome of this reporting cycle yet. We believe there's underreporting because the trend line indicates that there's a decline in the number of cases. So 2006-07 we had 1,042 cases. It went down, it went up a bit more. It went down. We below in 2010-11 the number of cases reported in 2006-07. But what's significant is the value. The value has gone up dramatically from 130.6 million to almost $1 billion in 2010-11, 932.28 million. We're moving towards $1 billion. And unfortunately, we don't have 11-12 yet, but obviously we're hoping it won't, but will it hit the $1 billion mark? So it is important. It obviously indicates again that it's an area which requires closer management, possibly closer cooperation between ourselves, the National Treasury, possibly the Fiscal and Financial Commission as well. We're talking about cooperation around this area as well.
Government promotes the right to self-determination of all the peoples of Africa, including those in the African diaspora. That's our story after the break. Don't go away.